TsarXen. I changed the title because I changed my mind about the topic. Why would I do that? And am I allowed to ask advice from the audience? I never thought I'd have to ask this advice, but I will try a little bit. I'll wait till some people show up, and then I'll present you with a, a quandary. Is it a quandary? A query? A question? And we'll see if instead of me giving advice on how things should function and how you should go about doing things, I'll ask for your advice. Maybe I should probably just written the question out and put it on the. You can do that on YouTube, right? You can kind of make a little vote on this, because it basically has come down to two choices. And don't worry, there's a great lead up for this. This is I think it's a great question. Super philosophical. We'll see. How you doing? What's going on? Isn't it? What's up, Jimin? What you doing, yo? Isn't it interesting that literally every news station, every newspaper, every piece of media, anywhere you go, what is the topic? You can't talk about basketball without talking about somebody got the jibber jabbers or got the snotty nose and came down with the flu or something. You can't have one fucking show. It's literally the entire media thing is 100% every day the same bullshit. If you don't notice it now, you should. And how the fuck are people still watching this? Honestly, it's like you can't. There's nothing. There's no button you can push on your television and not have somebody that ate the apple and somebody that didn't, and you're all in. This is the reliving of the story of you're a sinner. You know, the Bible, how you were born a sinner. You know, that's what they're telling you again. They tell you in science that you're broken and they need to fix you by cutting up and burning and poisoning you. And they tell you in religion that you're born a sinner and you're always going to fail and you need to seek refuge from of Satan. Like everything is you're a bad person. You're a terrible person. They'll tell you that. They tell you that in science and religion. Yeah, they gotta fix something in science and they gotta fix you in religion. And now when you watch TV, what do they tell you every day? Unless you take some experimental drug concoction, a cocktail, you're a bad person and you might kill everyone else because you're walking around healthy as a I don't know. Well, you fill in the blank there. Is a mule healthy? I don't know. They seem to be. Nobody's out there stabbing them. And everybody else is all fucked up in the head and fucked up physically and you're just reminded by people that fucking suck that you're not so good. How are people not getting this? Like how silly it is to these personas and this propaganda. What's up, Jimin? I know, right? It's 2 years. How insane is that? Literally, if you said, "Oh, this will take 2 weeks," you know, if you break your arm, you're gonna need a little healing time, a little rehab, and it might be 2 months. And understandable. You're regrowing a bone, which your body does on its own naturally. If you break a bone, it will regrow. Interesting how that works. But 2 years, and we can't figure out that this is a big bunch of bullshit. I mean, who are you supposed to even interact with? Like, where are these people's minds at that they haven't figured out? To 2 years, You got all the clues. Every single day of your life, you're reminded, right? I try to do shows that I don't mention that because I think it just, I think we've all had enough, huh? You know, throw in the white towel. We're all fucking done with it. It's so stupid. And I went to the grocery store the past few days, and when I go in there, I'm almost quite literally the only one that doesn't have a mask on, and I don't understand it. Like I'm like, how did you get re-confused? Are they just more confused? What's up, Carson? Yeah, I know. Yeah, healthy people always do that, right? 2 years of protecting old people. I mean, I don't know. Oddly enough, I don't attack old people. So it would seem as like if an old person was going to cross the street and needed help across the street, but I didn't have a mask on, would they accept my help? Would I be a burden on their their uh, their being, or would I be helping them? Ooh, would you take? It's the movie. Remember that movie Crash, and all the different dis, things that come together to be the like. If I like, uh, if I had a sniffly nose, but I look at an old person that literally has a, you know, broken leg and arthritis and is all just Jimmy Jam. Wouldn't I be the one should be a little kind of weird? Like, why? But I'll go and help them. But my sniffling nose, and the fact that I'm not wearing a suitable diaper on my face because I'm not a shithead. Should they accept help, or would they wait for the next person? You know what I mean? I mean, the old people crossing the road thing is always funny. It's like, what the fuck are you doing out here if you can't cross the road? I mean, maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't figure it out how not to be diseased and old and retarded. Yes, I said diseased, old, and retarded. Yes, because that is a function of life. Like the only reason people get old is because we continually do things that will encourage our non-existence. We do things all the time. We're on a slow slide to death, but we do it on purpose. I mean, it's part of the trip, right? Like people are like, oh, why do these people do BMX? Why are they skateboarding and X Games and blah blah blah? Do they have a death wish? No. I mean, everyone here has a death wish. You just don't accept it. There it is eventually, and then you go on another trip. You go on another ride. It's like ride a roller coaster, and you get off, and then you get another one. That's not it. You accept your expiration date, and you enjoy it on the way. Instead of like, I gotta take care of the old, like why is it little, like children don't gotta wear a mask, right? And they don't gotta get stabbed, but the old people, they should. I mean, what's going on here? Who are we supposed to be caring for? Oh, it's everybody again? Is it everybody except for who? Oh, the people that are actually healthy. You can't care about them. You have to care about the sick people. Because children are sick. They told you. The hospitals told you. Religion told you. Old people, obviously. They're old people, young people, and drunks. They're all, they don't speak so good English, you know? They can't walk right. They're fumbling around everywhere. What's up, Demai Hazel? Why did the old person cross the road? I don't know. I can say I don't think I've ever helped an old person across the road. I don't see the point, you know. I mean, I would get them to the middle of the road and leave them there. That's a joke. Come on. You can't. Really? I mean, I wouldn't leave them in the middle of the road. I would get them to the crosswalk and leave them in the middle. So that way, no matter what choice they make, they're gonna hit back hard. That's the. Jimin. Yeah. Um, Full lockdown. That's crazy. Like what is going on? Honestly, what I mean, really, 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 really. If you could wrap your mind around it, what the fuck is going on? It seems so strange. Nothing open, nothing to do. Close down economy. Have no products. Everybody, are they forcing people to fast? Are they forcing people to be alone? What? No shit. Well, I guess I'll have to, that at least there's they've already set it up. I mean, everybody does hits a button, online shopping. You're doing everything through this. So there's no actual human interaction anymore. So you just right into the system. You're part of the. So that's all you get. No more playing football for real. You can play it on the remote controls. You can't hug anybody because fuck human contact. That's no good, right? What's up, Aaron? Um, the grand solar minimum might be happening. Oh no, I mean, I don't know. It's in our genetics to survive it. I don't know. I've never seen any real DNA. I've never seen any gene coding. I mean, I get it, and the ATCGs and blah blah blah. But to me, it's all as preposterous as anything else is a digital image on the internet. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. Like, okay, so it's a grand solar minimum, I guess. But you know what? It's 80 degrees out. I got I got the shorts on. I'm underneath the tree, and it's beautiful. I'm enjoying it. I'm just talking. I'm having a glorious time. Sprinkled with a zombie apocalypse. I mean, you watch some internet videos, and there's a good cross section of things that are obviously propagated is scripted bullshit, right? I mean, it's acted out, but you can tell. And there's some of it that's real that you're like, holy shit, did that woman just really punch that old man on a plane in the face for not wearing a mask? Well, she didn't have a mask on. I mean, I'm that shit's going on. I mean, I've been a victim too of people telling me to do things that aren't really required. I'm not in someone's way. I'm not sitting here like hacksawing people's faces off. Yeah, it's like, do you know how disgusting it is that you have a diaper on your face that you're breathing in and out of, and you keep touching, and then you put in your pocket, and you know how much bacteria that is? People that have masks on are disgusting. And they just go, if I just keep and then put it in my pocket and do all my like slobbery, sniffly, gobbly goops in there, and occasionally take it off and let that warm stankin' ass bacteria with the air that hits it and starts to, and then put the what? And I'm the weird one. I don't get it. Oh, there we go. Hey, this is Aaron Colburn. Stockholm Syndrome and Dunning-Kruger effect on steroids. Yes. The Dunning-Kruger effect it should be extremely obvious at this point. The dumbest people around you always assume they're the smartest. That's the Dunning-Kruger. And there's a, obviously, if you don't know it, I'm not going to explain it to you. Just use your Googles or whatever the fuck you use. And Stockholm syndrome. Oh, I mean that's our whole life, right? We always praise our captors and the people that enslave us. It's like listening to people that praise capitalism. Now, again, I must say this as full, just so you know, to I'm not a communist. I don't. They all have the systems take place underneath a fiat currency, which causes them all to be faulty. So, but the people that just defend capitalism are the craziest, creepiest, weirdest, richest people. And then you have people that have Stockholm syndrome that are poor that defend capitalism. I'm not suggesting communism functions or socialism or any of these other, I would say Ubuntu, or some sort of how to share things. Just be sharing is caring. Don't they teach you that in kindergarten? Even though you already knew it. Let's teach you sharing. Show and tell. Here, just show this and here, and you can have this and play with it, and everybody gets along. No, but as you get older, you realize everybody's trying to take advantage of you. They're trying to get your shit. They're trying to have what you have. Hey, but capitalism, it's obviously survived for 20 billion years. Wait, how did animals function? Just ask me another species. How do they function? It doesn't seem like, and you can't be like, well, they just eat each other, because no, there's so many animals that are vegetarian. Just to throw that out there. The omnivore's dilemma, huh? Sharon is Karen. It is. Sharon is Karen. Aaron, you're being disruptive. I bet a lot of people say some dumbass shit to me like that. What's being disrupted? Disrupting what? Walmart's $17 trillion market cap. Kind of using market cap. Anybody know what that? Like it is. I'm gonna disrupt their stock. You ever go to peopleofwalmart.com? Go there. I'm sure you're not as disruptive as those people that shop at the Walmarts in just the outskirts of reality. Those places are fucking interesting, huh? I remember when I lived in a small town and I had to go to Walmart one time, and it was it was 30-minute drive, but it was like everybody they collected there, and it was like a meeting point. I was like, I'm surprised there wasn't like a Chinese food buffet, and you know what I mean? Like it should have been like it was a commune. We just went to Walmart's. uh, try a junk air mattress. Most of concerts and shows now require it. Yeah. I don't. Just again revisiting the larger point. How doesn't the general populace even question it? Like, but today is so. I was listening to, if you don't know who he is, Tyler Fisher. Super fucking funny. Comedian. And he was just talking about like not being able to go to his family's holiday event because they were requiring people to get tested before partying. That's insane. But should you get tested for? Uh, test them for gayness. You gay? Test them for fucking smelling bad. Test them for AIDS. Test them for any stupid fucking thing you can think of, and not even knowing that. How the fuck are the tests working so quickly? You going? Isn't there a new variant out here, y'all? Gotta watch out for that new variant, huh? What? How did the tests? When did they make those tests? Because to produce them, box them, distribute them, market them, you'd have to know ahead of time what kind of shit would, or it doesn't really matter. It's just gonna. I mean, how do you know how they work? Like, how does nobody even question? Well, it must work that way. Are you sure it's not just working on like pH balance, saliva, like whatever the fuck? Are you sticking up your butt or your nose, your ass, your ear hole, or whatever the fuck you're doing these days? People just continually. Look, I'm gonna have to go spend $20 to get tested about my shit. Like, I think you're fine. If you're not fine, you're not fine. Like, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, but you could be asymptomatic. How fucking stupid are you? Asymptomatic? Yes. Here's asymptomatic to what? Like how? Like what is your body? Your body just it doesn't have an immune response. Everybody's is because if you're deficient in your immune response, then you'd be really fucked up. But so you have a hyper immune response that you just don't show any obvious like bleeding out of all of your orifices and shitting your pants while you're walking on the street. Like that's just not happening. It's it's super unreal. Like you got to think sometimes. Did somebody dose all of us? Are they just spraying chemicals in the sky, man? And like this version of reality gets just pawned off as it's okay. That's silly. Carson, they wouldn't give you money for exchange. Oh, Carson, is Aaron your is that your lover? What's up, B Johnson? Yeah, that seems to be a pretty big portion of what's happening. Yes, I've heard of that. It's well, I was talking about the other day because every element has a corresponding sound or frequency to it. So think of a woman that's singing, and she's at the opera, and there's a glass there, and she can shatter the glass, right? That has a frequency. A magnet and whatever it's made of, and graphite, graphene, oxides, blah blah. They all have a frequency, and you can tune into that. And so imagine if you had a giant piano that you could hit a button, and it could be a frequency that you just can't hear. Oh my gosh, is this a puppy or? Oh, it's a puppy. It's a puppy. It's a puppy. So if there was a frequency that you could put out, it doesn't have to be like 528 hertz on a piano is a C, right? Or a 417, right? It depends on your tuning. But then you could just go down an octave and go doom, 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 or right? That's still going to be in the same. It's going to still be in the same key, just an octave up, and to the point you can't hear it, and that could be happening, and it would interact with whatever's inside of your body, and I would also suggest that all of the the heavy metals and other salts and poisons that we stuck in our body, those would be affected. We're living in a closed system that is basically a giant microwave. Jimin, what you talking about? You really did? What happened? Have you been around people that had it? Like the stabber wabbers? You didn't get it, right? You didn't get the stibby stabber wabber waggle blobber boobers, did you? It was after being around him. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had some weird shit because I think, well, there's people around me that are sick as fuck, but I don't. I just choose not to be sick. Imagine that. I'm just like, no, I won't have that. I'm perfect. I'm fine. The cells in my body listen to me. They vibrate at the rate of speed is which I cause them to, and I'm healthy. Look at that. Literally, one of my friends that she is like so snotty and coughy and sick and like, I mean, I know why it is. She doesn't have the thing because she was a nurse. So but she has one of those like hyper what's it called, like it's like not Munchausen's, but she's a nurse, so everything is hyper to her. But she was really really sick, and I'm sure she went and got tested and everything. But I know why it happened because she uses a lot of substances. Let's put it that way. She's a nurse, so she got all the drugs, smokes all the stuff, and it's. I'm like, well, isn't it so obvious? If you're taking the lysergic acid and snorting methamphetamines and cocaine and all of these other prescription drugs, what do you think is going to happen eventually to your body? It's going to try to expel the salts that you've just been assaulting it with. I'm sitting there like, as a drunken asshole as I am, going, you realize this is getting rid of the salts that I put in my body? It's alcohol, it's kooky, it's crazy. It's a spirit, and it's moving thing. It moves through you, and it cleanses the salts. I mean, why do people even consider like people like look at me? I'm having a drink like a goofball, but they're stabbing themselves with a concoction of substances they don't even know what it is. It's literally, if you read it out, it's in Latin, which is called a dead language. Why do you think pharmakia, which means poison, in the pharmacy, the pharmakia, the poison maker is using a dead language, Latin, to tell you what's in there, because you won't know what it is. They're telling you, but you're just not listening. If I could do anything again, like if I went back to high school or whatever and had to learn something, it would be Latin. I would have taken Latin. I had a choice of Latin, French, Spanish, and German, I believe. I think that was, and I took French, and I know nothing. It took like two or 3 years. I can count to 40. What's up, Terry? Yeah. That was the idea, that once you take the substance, I think I explain it this way so people can get an understanding. It's like, remember when that big company that was planting all these seeds that had that planting all these crops that didn't produce seed, so they would have to keep doing it. What the makers of Roundup, whoever that company was, and it would get into other people's property and get into other fields, and then they would it would destroy their crop basically, and then they could be like, well, why do you have our seeds here, even though it just blew through the wind over there, right? That's so when their seeds when their crop got onto to planting the thing that's going to grow in those seed, they would uh, they would say, well, you now have our product on your land and you're growing it illegally, and it's essentially the same thing as when you stick something in your body. Like, then whose product are you at that point? Because you know what are you sticking in your body? Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm having a PBR as far as I know, and I trust the company. It's beer. It's good. but but everybody else the the silver lining for humanity. It's there was no informed consent for them to do that, because they don't know, they can't, they literally were raping your entire fucking system. And for a doctor or nurse, and this is why they use the whole Nuremberg shit again. Like, again, I don't know what to think or believe about the Nazis in Germany and the Holocaust and the 6 million and that whole thing. I don't, and Nuremberg. I don't fucking know. But it should stand to be considered. We're 2 years into something where all of these people are complicit with just going, it was my job, I was just told to do it. Like, at what point, if your job was to take a hammer and smash people in the face every day, wouldn't you kind of consider, like, well, is that really something I should be doing? It's for the good of humanity that I smash you in the face with this hammer. Belief makes real, the ripple effect. Yep. Aaron, he right. Oh, you've lived. Okay, Carson. So, but you still good though? Yeah, your lungs are under. What, dude? Oh man. So did you, Jim? And maybe I missed the part you said this. So you were around or interacted? Did you gangbang some people that had it? I don't. I'm just. What's up? TV made me do it. What you doing, yo? What you doing? Oh, yeast is a big thing, man. Like, yeast can be very helpful for cleaning out the body. Like when in some cultures, probiotics and things that make you fart or burp. It's a thank you to the chef. I burped or I farted. You know what I mean? Because you're digesting something. The idea of digesting things with yeast, yes, the yeast can overwhelm the body for sure, and then you get all of the extra, yeasty cunt, or fucked up toes, or you smell weird, you smell like a bakery. But also, it's doing a job. It's serving the purpose. Yeah, the flu shot. I can't even imagine. I've told you all before. I did. I got allergy shots, and the first day I did, I got 25, 25, 25, and 25. 100 shots in my arm. I don't know, I think it went 2 days for it, but it was like they just, like, a needle after needle, and they would just see where did I get the little, it just popped up, this little, then they told me, the craziest thing about getting allergy shots when I was little was they told me I was allergic to all the things that I interacted with on a daily basis that never gave me any problems. They literally Munchausen the shit out of me. So they told me I was allergic to fresh cut grass, which at, I don't know how many years old I was, I think maybe 10. I have already been playing football and soccer and outdoor every day, and I never had any allergies. And all of a sudden they stabbed me. and then continue to give me all these allergy shots once a week, and I was always kind of sick. What? Are we having a good communicate? Are we having a good conversation here? So I was outside playing in the fresh cut grass because I'm playing fucking soccer and I'm wrestling and playing football. And nothing. There's no problems. And then they sent me the doctor to tell me that I'm allergic to that. That's weird. It's almost as if they lied on purpose. Like, because they trusted the science. It was good science. I mean, how do people trust these fucking known cocksucking liars? How do you do that? How do you allow people around you that just they confirm the lie and associate with the people that are full of shit, and then somebody tells you like some truth, you're like, oh, I'll be so, oh, fucking, it's amazing. Cyber parasite, yeah. Yeah, B. Johnson, 55 years, yeah, yeah, yeah. TV made me do it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I can't be sure of what's in it. I don't trust any of it. Like, what they tell us. I mean, that could just be to piss people off and, like, I, I don't, cancers, monkey liver, and aborted fetal cells. I don't really care about fetal cells, for that matter. I don't, if you want to abort a baby, go for it. I think it's a good idea. I'm adopted, so I have a hard stance on this. Even though I am, again, and I didn't control. Fuck it if I wasn't here. Who cares? Then I just wouldn't be here, huh? Like, it's not a choice in the matter up to you. You have a capitalist society that's telling you to have a baby that it takes money to raise, and it takes a family and whatever. You ain't got a family, you ain't got no money. Wouldn't it be only? I mean, wouldn't you shoot a fucking? And this is the fucked up part. You'd shoot a horse with a broken leg in the head because that's a kind thing to do. And you also eat pork chops and baby back ribs and cows. You like to kill everything, but yeah, these motherfuckers out here like just sitting here eating, dying on some bloody ass steak and going, but you can't abort a fetus. Oh, I don't really fucking care about this. TV. I've seen the Supreme Court on the mRNA like a human. Yeah, I would assume so, but here's the thing: is we again. Let's just start at the beginning. When you got a birth certificate and then renewed your driver's license, those you really can't be held accountable because of birth certificate because their own rules say that you have to be a certain age bracket to you can't sign off on that, so you can't. So you are a piece of property to begin with once you have a birth certificate, and then you renew a license and you become that thing again. So I mean, in the sense of this is just another step of another company and corporation trying to label claim over your dominion as a spirit held in this my skin, this suit here, this is mine. And they just go, oh, I put something in there now, it's all over that, it's mine. It's fucking. How am I? I'm super well. Yeah. Aaron, that's hilarious. A beer store doesn't give a shit what you wear, but a crystal shop does. And you would think it'd be the other way around. That's right. That's a great point. That's a great point. Let me dig in my bag here. Oh, we've been here for 40 minutes. I'm gonna use my this little time here to remind you that this is my life. I like to have a roof over my head. I like to have my phone on. And if you want to, you're allowed to share $1 or 10 or 100 or a grand with me. Whatever the fuck you want. You can do that. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, description box beneath. I appreciate those formats because I don't really use the other one. But yeah, you could CtsarXen, that's me. And if you ever need to get a hold of me, it's theoluminous at Gmail. And let me grab this thing over here. I mean, is this not entertainment, really? Come on. And you can also give me a thumbs up, which is very free to do. You can just go ahead and hit the button. I mean, I really hate the fucking prompts, the pressure prompts. Oh my God, there's a dog right there. Cause I know how convincing and charming they are. I studied quite a bit psychology, worked in all sorts of sales jobs and shit. So I'm just like, hey, give me $1, thanks, appreciate it, buddy. Um, you'll be more encouraged to do that because you do business with people you like, and apparently you like me. I'm pretty likable, I think. No, I know that. Sometimes people tell me I'm not, but I don't believe it. Mm. So if you want to, thumbs up is great, and dollars are even better. Wait, Aaron Coleman, you said the flu shot combined with the Hep B. Wait, you actually took it? No shit. What do you mean? What is traveling? What you mean? What is yeast? Like bread, a bread starter to make beer. It's like a it's like bacteria fungus thingy that creates bubbly deliciousness. Yeah. The paranoid delusions that people are having about it. But it's again, it's 2 years into this. How didn't they figure it out? Like, I mean, I give the average person 2 months to figure it out. But most people, I would say 6 months if you can't figure it out. And now it's 2 years, and people are even more. Mm, yeah, it's like like here's a simple test to say, just ask someone what happened to the flu. Go ahead and look at your statistics. What happened to it? Where are the numbers? It doesn't exist anymore. On paper, it doesn't. It's 101 how to lie with statistics. Just by rebranding something. If you call Blockbuster Netflix, it's no longer Blockbuster. It's Netflix. It doesn't matter. It's a new company. It's a new thing. It's the same thing because you just get to watch movies. Rebrand anything you want. Um, yeah. There you go, Terry. It's too proud to turn. Yeah, it's pride and ego that doesn't allow people to see things for face value for what it is. I did a bunch of shows on perceived value and real value. People they have too much invested in their ego and their pride to say, hey, I was wrong. You know what? I don't mind saying when I'm wrong. I appreciate the fact that I'm capable of doing that. I'm not often wrong because I think before I speak, and if I don't know something, I'll say I don't know it. I'm not too if someone's saying something, I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, I don't mind saying that because I want to learn. But other people, they're so prideful in that they went through their schooling and they're graduate, and then they get their job, and then they're that. That's their identification is with their job and the college they went to, and they haven't progressed beyond that. So their ego sits there as, I'm a graduate of Pitt, I'm a graduate of Harvard, or whatever, and they're stuck there. So the ego says, well, I'm from there, and those are smart people, because I'm a smart person, and they created this thing to save humanity. Lord Fauci, like, people really be on it. Like it's as if they cherry pick what they want to hear. Let's just dismiss everything else. Let's just go with the things that I agree with, because, well, I here's the funnier part is, people didn't realize that a lot of people that went and got they just got stabbed. They got a placebo. They got a salty, sugary substance stuck in them. It wouldn't affect them. They didn't realize. So of course nothing gonna happen to them. And they're like, well, I got it. I'm healthy. Uh-huh. Yeah, but that doesn't. It doesn't. That's not how the test works. Because what? Maybe first go about with the rounds of people getting the jabby walkers. Maybe 20% of them actually got whatever the substance was. Can't. That's the part people don't get. What's up, Fire Trade? What you doing, yo? the Fauci roulette. Yeah. Like, I mean, how many times how many times will it take before it goes awry? Like, even the news media with all of the soccer players and the football players and like, they just falling off, like falling on the floor playing a sport because it could be a show too. It could all just be a giant performance. Either way, it doesn't dismiss that it's causing people much terror, chaos, and unease, which I don't think is a cool thing. I don't think that's cool, man. It'd be a lot cooler if you stopped doing that. What's his name? It'd be a lot cooler if you did. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Media control. Well, fuck it. The point is of having a channel on YouTube is it relinquishes one little part of the web. It relinquishes control from them and gives me proper control, because, hey, I don't want to be in charge of anything, but I think I'd do a better job at it. I think there'd be a lot more happy people. But that's what I'm saying is freelance media. Some people don't watch the TV anymore. They use YouTube. They use Instagrams. They use all the different formats to get information. And generally, people flock to good information, quality information. It's but the controllers, if it goes against their agenda, tend to put a fucking lid on that real quick. I mean, consider how many people are here, right? And how many people have been coming here for a long time because it's here and available. You know how to find me, right? But that hasn't changed in 2 years. Why? I don't know. It would seem as though number of subscriptions and people paying attention would be more. But is it so? But again, if there's a hundred of me's out there, like not me, but people that just speak their reality, speak their truth, it will overwhelm the system eventually because there'll be more of the people speaking the good word than the people just going, well, here in the scientific journal, here in this religious script here. That just goes away eventually. The internet is, I went off on a tangent 2 shows ago about the internet. I'll go in the other direction. It's the great equalizer. It's a great equalizer. Why? Because here's why I don't do shows with people. Who's going to talk to me? Because it's going to be a problem. Because they're going to have to do mental gymnastics on just like that, which I can do, which they're not going to be capable of. So why would people? There's not smart people on major media networks. They're repeaters that read off a script, and that's what they're capable of doing. They don't have linguistic gymnastic capacities and mathematical equations running at all times in their head. They can't. They're not funny. They're not comedians. Comedians are far and away the smartest people on the planet. Not scientists. They're capable of like Schultz. He did a whole special on crowd work. Do you know how difficult it is to talk to a crowd of people and just rattle off anything and keep people laughing? Do you know how difficult that is? It's keep people engaged. Try it. Push a button, just like I do. Just push a button and see if you can keep people engaged, because it's witty or smart, intelligent, funny. You know, you, who's doing that? There's a select few. Is it vegan though? Primate control. Primate control is hilarious. Hey, in an alternate universe to billions, don't do that. It's already. I've told you it's already a challenge to do this anyways, because I assume the numbers are wrong. And there's enough people that kind of look at me strange. That like I think I know you, kind of thing. That I'm just like it can't possibly be just the few of you that come through here. A gazillion. That's a big number. Fire Drake. You said the vegans are trying to be sure there isn't aborted animal fetus. Yeah. I, isn't that the joke they made on Kyrie Irving, that it said if there's a vegan version that he would eventually do that. I don't know. He is either he's obviously supremely talented. Probably, I would say I'd put him in the short list of best basketball players ever. You can't really just go watch his highlights. You can't compete with that. And mentally, This dude came out and said the Earth was flat realm, and then just had to, lean back on it and say, okay, well, it was just a query. You have to open up your mind to believe that. And he came out and said, no, this thing is. So is he the one thing that's going? No, 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 no. I'm not going. I'm already. Yeah, my life and my family is more important. Or has he paid a significant amount of money to be a great actor? It doesn't really matter because at least he's out there doing the damn thing. Like, to have that kind of pull, a media, like, to go. If I say something, like, if he says if he just did a little, if he did a show like this, if he just went on and said Kyrie's doing a show, everyone would listen. Everyone, especially people that disagree with him. Isn't it funny when you talk to people and you're 100% certain that you're right? Now, I don't know what right is. I'm not saying the truth. I'm just saying. But they disagree with you, and you're just like, what? You're absolutely like, somebody trying to teach me how to bake a cake. And they're like, you got to add like 2 tablespoons of baking powder and a third cup of flour and 40 grams of sugar. I'm like, that's not going to work. What are you making? What are you doing? Like, but I know, because I'm a baker. Like, but that's not what that's supposed to be. I mean, shit. Maybe the aborted animal and baby fetuses. Maybe is there feces in there too? Animal and baby shit and all that, and put that on, like, is shit shit. Okay, let me just. I'm gonna go real hard here on this vegan thing for a second. Is Are the plants that you eat that grow in cow shit? That's, a mushroom. Let's be. It's not a. That's an animal product. So these people out here doing psilocybin mushrooms. But God, um, that comes out of literal cow shit, and you're gonna be like, no, I get it from the coniferous tree, and I celebrate Christmas. Well, how did that tree grow? From the shit of the animals and your ancestors' shit, and it grew a tree that then produced a mushroom. So what the fuck is an animal product? Anything you're consuming, unless it's plastic, and even at that, we could walk our way through how plastic is an animal product. Wait, hold on, Aaron. You said a vegan guy told you it's impossible. An impossible burger was. You know what? It was better than eating a dead corpse. What's up, Christopher Lee Squared? What are you doing? Hey Terry. Let me step on that. Yeah, how is even the air vegan? Yeah, cows are farting. I'm farting. You eat my shit every day because the same wind blows upon us all, and I just farted, and that's eventually going to get to you somehow. Eat my shit. How's that? Okay, here's the detox thing. I think, even though there's a lot of doctors out there that say if you have, it's an incurable thing. You can't. I'm in the group of people that say if you can tie a knot, you can untie it. It might be difficult, but I think you can, and I think there's a few ways to do it. And I won't speak on how to right now. I'll do a whole video on that. But I don't see why it can't be undone. A lot of people say it can't be, but I think it's more of a mentality. I think it's more like if you believe it, then it is so, and I just happen not to believe it. Poop particles. Yeah, Terry. I mean, here's the basic things. It'd be clay, um, probably uh, charcoal, activated charcoal, um, any kind of enema. You know, wherever something is stuck in your body, you wanna move it. Like if it's stuck there, whatever it is, you can. There's liver cleanses, there's kidney cleanses, there's gallbladder cleanses. And you can grow those things back too. Just the same way you can cut your fingernails and your hair and it'll grow back, and you can break a bone and it'll grow back. You get rid of an organ, it'll grow back. It's scientifically proven. So the things that you have in your body, sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not. Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously the simple is the piss. Pine needle could be. I don't know about that. I just don't know. Epsom salt and clay baths. Yeah. Magnets. Yeah. Well, I mean, considering that people just do it for like they're like, oh my gosh, the magnet sticks to me or whatever. There's all sorts of magnetic therapy and sound therapy, and I don't like calling anything therapy, but pine pollen is. I mean, I used pine pollen as a because it was good like in the gym weightlifting. I didn't know what other effects it had. I just knew pine pollen as a like a kind of an upper, but and obviously pineal gland. It's good for cleaning out your brain. I mean, think of anything. Years ago, I was talking to this dude, and we were talking about all of like pine extract, like why is a pine salt? What is a pine tree? What is the green stuff? Like, what is it doing? Like, you're surrounded by brown and green. Wait, are my eyes green today? It's everywhere. So it seems like if you're in bioacoustics, the reality that sits around you is a somatical reference to your general being. So if you're surrounded by green and brown things, maybe you want to consume that. And maybe that's the idea. All this vegetation, all the herbs, it's all green. It's your food and your medicine. Did your boy say that? Let medicine be your food and food be your medicine. Like, okay, beer is brownish, right? Piss is a yellow, but in that category. So I mean, we're surrounded by, here you go, brown, yellow, green. What what's wrong with the natural environment? Why is everything a white pill? Why is everything like black tar, black goo? Those usable. I even say this. I don't mind pharmakia. I don't mind the pharmaceutical companies. I don't mind the poisons. I consume poison all the time. The poisons can make you healthy, but the degree to which you consume certain types of poison, like if I have a little body ache, I'm happy that I don't have to um, order something off of Amazon to get a bunch of white willow bark because I don't know where to find it. I don't know what a white is. This a white willow right here? I don't know. but I can get Tylenol, Advil, whatever, and it will do the job. Granted, I'll have the salts in my system that I'll have to deal with later. But as a totality, you can't hate pharmakia too much. I just they've gone too far with their marketing campaign. Like you didn't come out the womb saying where's my pills. You came out the womb and you asked for one thing: mama's milk, titty. Like that's what's changed. You're still a child, right? What's more important, a breast or a fucking white pill or a needle? No, who wants a needle? I'll take a titty over a needle any day. But people can't. There's a. There used to be a surplus on breasticles, on boobies, and now the market less available because as soon as somebody puts a mask on their face, their titties are off limit too. That's one of the funniest fucking things I ever said. She legit spirulina and cordyceps. Yeah, mushroom. She legit, which to me is such a is an upper, and it seems to me to be the living version of salt. Salt, Dead Sea. It's dehydrating. It has its purposes. Even though I've put out many things on the salt and the moon, they have their purposes. But the she legit seems to be a living, still kind of. There's something there. There's where do you get it from? I don't know. Uh, Soil. Eat. Have you ever eaten dirt before? I met this dude years ago. His name was Daniel Vitalis, and he was really big in the vegan community, and then became a hunter and more into natural diet, not vegan diet. But I met him years ago, and he he was talking about. Hold on a second here. He was talking about. Oh, I've lost my train of thought. I lost my choo choo. Damn it. Well, one thing he said was that he had met a shaman, and he said because he was big into he was big into water, so his main focus was water. Secondarily was a vegetarian vegan diet, and he said that the shaman said to him he didn't know about Shivambu, but he said rather than drinking tap water. I don't call it tap water. I call it tap liquid. It's a liquid with a bunch of other substances in it. You should rather drink your piss. Now he didn't take it as he should drink his piss. He took it as just don't drink the water. Oh, is this hey Fire Drake? Are you assuming that I'm cleaning my lungs right now by sitting next to this tree here? This is a new tree to me. You want to say hello? Look at this monster right here. Look at this, and this one's right next to him too. Isn't this cool? Yeah. Sin Corona for real? Man, don't make me cry. Don't do that. I've already told you I'm the worst with compliments. I'm terrible with them because if I accept your compliment, then and it's heartfelt, then if you have hate for me, it would have to be the same. Like I can't. That's the duality, the Geministic nature that if I give you the ability to compliment me and say something nice about me, then I equally have to take your disgust for me. Damn if that's not difficult. Yeah, people don't get. Yeah, I try to tell people this. Why do you think I drink so often? It's a detoxing method. I can sit here, have a drink, speak, breathe out. It's nice. People should have more. This is why the bars, the speakeasies, they go in there and you take the alcohol in, and it releases some spirit. Spirit meaning breath. And you just speak your mind. Best places to go, bars, because everyone's just it's an exhaust fume. Like you just go, hmm. I'll just say what I gotta say. Sin. I should take your wrench away from you. How dare you? How dare you? You got the stabby? Oh, damn it. You can keep your wrench. Uh, yeah. This is Frederick. A main component. You said the blood system. Yeah, what flows through you? Your blood, your plasma, your urine, your water. So there is 96% water in here, 4% other elements, and a little bit of aluminum, which is probably not good. It's probably why I forget things sometimes. What was I talking about? Yeah, there we go, Terry. Yes, you're in charge of your this this spacesuit here is yours. Like you get to do whatever you want with it. You could put on stupid. Do you like my sun? Hey, does anybody like these sunglasses? Check these out. They're purple, and the shade on them is a little purple too. You're in charge of this. You could put the stupid shit on if you want. You could take a bath if you want. You could I don't know, jump in a river. You know, whatever. You ingest what you want. Sometimes it's a little more difficult to get the things that are proper for you that should be in your system, but all in all, consume a little liquid. More liquid is good. What up, Crow? Hmm. Let me get another beer. You guys want to have a drink with me? Let's see what we got back. Oh, I was drinking vodka for couple weeks. Good times, good times. But come back to beer, enjoyable. Because the three greatest sounds in the world are what? Your zipper coming down, or someone else's, uh, cracking open a beer, and third one's yours, whatever you like. Yeah, Chaga Mushroom, very enjoyable. Uh, Chaga with what's the other element would you put in there? Chaga because it's melanation. The growth on the tree becomes this. Mm, you're consuming melanin. It's equivalent to going in the sun basically. I don't know that it will. So you have what's called your neuromelanation. Means like how your mind functions. There's a uh, neuro melodic quality. and there's your skin that will get tinted with the color melanin. That's what's in the chaga. I forget the other good one to mix with it. Hmm. I'll get back to that in a second. Oh, Denise Franson. Oh, back to that Daniel Vitalis story. Okay, so we were walking around. We were in North Carolina. Yes, I said North with a F. I didn't use a TH there because I find it funny. He walked us around and said, "Look at this dirt. Do you see there's gold in here? Have you ever eaten dirt?" And everybody picked up some dirt and just ate it. And it's just not a lot. Just put it in your mouth. See what it. How do you feel about that? What do you think about that? And then we went hunting for spring water. Well, well, so you got mushrooms, you got truffles too, right? Who hunts for truffles? A dirt pie? Yeah. A beer a day keeps the doc. Thank you. Especially like if I had my druthers, I would drink apple cider. As most people here know, I do not like apples. I don't like apples. So if so in Goodwill Hunting, when he asked the dude if he likes apples, and he goes, yeah. He goes, I got her number. How you like them apples? I would have been like, no, I don't like apples, and he would have had no comeback to that. This is somebody else's joke, but it's my failed attempt at it. I don't like apples, but I love apple pie, and I love apple cider. I would drink apple cider with ginger. The dilemma is cost, accessibility, and cost and accessibility is about the size of it, really. Like I would drink cider with you. And the other thing is, um, a lot of ciders have some byproducts in it that I don't want, and I drank ciders for a couple years, and then I was getting some that were causing me to have kind of like not hives, but like just not. It just didn't agree with me because there was extra sulfites in it. So red wine, I love red wine, and I love apple cider, vinegar, and apples, and all of, as long as it's processed. But the byproducts of the extra sulfites, which are salts, and they didn't agree with my system. If I could get, if somebody wants to hey, you guys want to start a business with me? We'll make apple cider. Here's the joke, and it's funny, and I don't know why anyone hasn't done this yet. And if someone does, just give me my due rewards. We'll call it Dickens. Anybody gonna laugh at this? So, if you want an apple juice that is spoiled and become fermented, it'd become a cider. So it'd be called Dickens cider. I find that hilarious. So if you want to, ginger mint, and we'll base it. We'll use honey, even though it's gonna be a little expensive. It'll be kind of like a mead cider. Go talk to one of your rich uncles. Even you talk to the weird one with all the money. Tell them we're gonna make a beer, a cider. Well, I would do cinnamon, apple, ginger, and just a sprig of mint, and made with honey. Perfect. I think that's a business plan. You did not die. Well, congratulations, you're still here. See the power of the mind? Ah, sin. Come on, stop with all the uh what do they call it in cults? They call it oh, here's a simple psychological technique for cults. It's called love bombing, I believe, where people just compliment you all the time. I have this when people compliment me, I have to do something absolutely abhorrent, and I have to be tenaciously rude afterwards because I don't want that compliment. I mean, thank you, obviously. I'm working on it. Oh, you got gin? You got some genie in you? Oh, did anybody see Mayan Jin's his new channel? His new video is really good. Highly suggest. Hmm. I might have to adjust my seating position here. Trying to. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, gin and tonic is. You've all heard this one. Gin and tonic was why the bourgeoisie and the proletariat, back in the day, when there was a major outbreak of whatever the last bullshit was, the rich people could afford gin, which is made of a bunch of different spirits, which are plant life, right? That are breathing all the oxygen, got all this energy from the soil and the sun, and you'd put like 17 different botanicals in there. And between that and the tonic water, uh, which those two together was all of what they needed to stay healthy. Gin and tonic, one of the healthiest things you could drink on the planet, without question. You can't drink it all the time because it's way too many spirits. Vodka has nothing else in it. It is the most uh, distilled liquid you can find. You know, 3 times distilled, 5 times distilled. I distilled my water once, and it has 0.001 parts per million of excess garbage in it. Vodka, they clean the mess out of that. That can clean your windows. It will fix your. You know, you got a problem with your car. It'll get rid of rust. I mean, it's uh, vodka is the essential cleansative fluid, and gin is that fluid with a bunch of spirit and energy in it. A lot of people can't handle drinking gin because there's too many different energies happening. Drinking vodka, it's like the Russians call it. It's called water. Like the water is vodka. It's the same word. It's the most distilled thing they can drink. And being in a cold climate, the warmth of that, it's warming their soul. Yeah, reishi is the other mushroom. Thank you. Hey, Carson, yes. Chaga and reishi. Yeah. I think it's REHSHI. Is that right? Yeah. Propylene glycol. Yeah. You never got hangover some beer. I don't know when I get a hangover. I don't really. I think I stay perpetually somewhat high and drunk, so I don't really have hangovers. It's all pretty much just like this. I mean, I tried sobriety. It didn't work. Sobriety is for people that can't handle drugs. Yeah, 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 yeah. Try some magic. Yeah, Aaron, it is. It's a healing tonic. I mean, think about it this way. If I were to make a tiny little bottle of some type of elixir, we'll put it in a. We'll make a essential oil. Where does that oil come from? What's in there? It's the plant life. So I take a certain substance and I turn it into an essential oil. What am I doing different when I'm extracting it? Those same things into a beverage you'd call gin. So again, gin is a genie is a jinn. It means some people say, oh, jinn means a demon spirit or something. I'm not sure that I've ever encountered an evil spirit because again, aren't you a spirit? Like, do you have spirit? Rah rah rah, shisloomba. You know, everything has spirit in it. So that tiny little bottle that I would make would cost $20. I could turn it into and you would take a dropper full, 20 drops of this. Why not just get a big bottle? It's the same thing. I mean, whether it's essential oil or a alcohol extracted. So you say alcohol extraction into a little bottle, and you go to Whole Foods or wherever, and it costs you, $10-15 for something like that. Or I could just go to the store over here and spend 15 and get a 750. What's the difference? How it's marketed. If you were 6 years old, you can't go in a liquor store and get a fifth. But you could go to Whole Foods and get yourself a little bottle. What's the difference? Still alcohol content, but the only difference is this: the amount of the plant life inside of it. That's the only difference. I'd rather just sit around and drink that all day than take one shot of it and have some immediate reaction to it. I mean, I will. I've made these myself. Janice, bone broth. Yeah, bone broth is really good. Yeah, see, this is why people don't get it. Like, this is why being having blackbird kind of tendencies. I don't kill things, but I'll eat a dead body because it's already dead. So I can't even really be vegetarian anymore. I mean, I get obviously the health benefits of staying on a high fruit diet. Most of those fruits are acidic. They're alkalinic on the body, but they're acidic and all of the. I get all of that, but every once in a while, eat a burger, eat the bacon. I mean, I really don't. I really don't like to dine on swine, but why not? Why not? Why not eat the bone broth? Like if you're out here, you're out here. Like you consume. You're going to consume something. You know, you don't just gonna run around life not consuming something. You started with your mama's milk, and then you moved on to applesauce and figgy pudding and everything else, and here you are. You consume. Like to think. See, it's a consumption of what makes you happy. Like, you're consuming me talking right now. You're consuming looking at me. I'm consuming this air, this tree, you guys, your feedback. like baby birding. I'm just like blah, 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 just vomiting all of the information that I have from all of my life's experiences into your ears. And as long as it's good, what do you think? Why do you think people? Why do you think birds do? Uh, they're digesting the food for someone else. I'm basically like a giant blackbird, and I'm just gnawing on and consuming the world, and regurgitating and vomiting it into your ear holes. It's a nice way to hear it, though, huh? I mean, oh, Aaron Coleman, you don't like well, I call it Mumbai because Bombay, the original word was Mumbai, so I call it Mumbai sapphire. The blue bottle or the other one. If you're doing Bombay, you got to get the blue bottle. Don't get the other shitty shit. I used to drink the shit out of Bombay or the green. Here's the two bottles you get. You get the blue bottle. We've talked about this many times. There's a reason some beer comes in a clear, a brown, and a green bottle. And there's a reason that alcohol comes in a brown, a green, a blue, or a clear bottle. It's the light spectrum that's being let into the bottle, right? So if you're going to make a cucumber and gin, you know about this drink, cucumber gin, you could use a little sugar, I suppose, maybe a lime. Um, you want a green bottle of gin. I mean, if you think about gin, most of them is in a green bottle. But what other alcohol comes in a blue bottle? Only gin. Maybe vodka, but not whiskey. Nope. Whiskey's coming in clear or brown. Jimin, you started drinking it again because of me. Hey, Jimin, do you remember the time that we both, like, I was doing the show for fucking like 8 hours, where the fuck, and we decided to do urine and aged urine and oh, what the fuck was the combination? It was a bunch of oregano oil and the dumbest shit. It was just like, cause that's cleansative. It was what else was in it? It was mm, the other pine shit. What is it called? Turpentine. And remember that? Beef eater is okay. I taught you how to drink properly. Yeah, just take a sip now and then. I think I've always what up yo? I've always thought that most people do things backwards. They wait till 5 o'clock to have a happy hour drink. You should right in the morning have yourself a digestif. Have a glass of wine, just to, cause you wake up, and if you have a normal job, whatever, you're gonna have a little bit of anxiety, and you want to get rid of it. What's the easiest way to do it? Medicine. Alcohol is medicine. Just have a shot. Everybody talking about taking a different shot. I ain't talking about that shot. Just and relax and enjoy life, huh? Yeah, fire Jake. You know what? That's as you said. You went and did a barefooted walk on a trail. Yeah, yesterday I was up at like 4 in the morning. I just couldn't get to sleep. And my first instinct was to take my shoes off. I mean, I got flip flops on. I got sandals on, and I took them off and just put my feet on the ground. Very. Okay. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Why am I wearing these stupid ass shoes? What up, Crow? Oh, see, the Crow knows what's up. His is Kronos. Sin Crow nose. Do you have a crow's nose? Would you say this is a crow's nose? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh well, here's the thing about drinking and detoxing. It's like doing a water fast or doing a fruit juice cleanse or whatever you're doing. Your body is going to be getting rid of shit, and when it's doing that, just like cleaning your house, it can be it's an arduous, troubling thing sometimes. You know, you have all this cool shit, and then all of a sudden you start getting rid of it. You put it in the and you're like, wow, it's so empty. It's so, and you have the same thing is happening in your body, and so those little things that are like, you got maybe look if you had if there was a worm here and I wanted to kill it, I could just pour some alcohol on it. So if I have a worm in my body, I could just put some alcohol in it, right? Wouldn't that work the same way? And apparently, I'm not a worm because when I drink, I don't die. It actually enlivens me. You don't need it. You don't need it. I'm not trying to be telling people to become drunkards or whatever. Like, it's like whatever fits into your life, and whatever is causing you a source of chaos, unease, anxiety, uh, depression, whatever. Everyone does something to address their feelings, right? So some people will take a pill, some people will eat, some people will try to meditate, and I'm saying try to meditate because I don't think most people are meditating. Might have a drink, might have, you know, the 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 solution to life is oftentimes participating in it. Here, this is healing to me. This is healing to me. Why wouldn't it be? This is healing to me because I say so. So it must be so. You had a rum bender? What? Yeah, rum. I don't fuck with rum so much. Rum dum dum. Yeah, 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 oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. German. Actually, hydrogen peroxide. I mean, if you told this to the average person that we put all those things together and consumed it, they'd be like, "That's can't be good." But the detox from it, while it was occurring, probably not great. I think I did a shot, but I did like halves. You did a bunch, and you were like, I felt like shit for a second, but afterwards it was glorious because it was like, it's like kind of like the when you're taking a shit. At first it's kind of like ugh, but then as soon as you expel it, you just go ah and kundalini, and you get this whole experience because you've gotten the shit out of you. Oh, Denise, you like that? Well, it's always the little things that someone says that are the most important. Like I didn't think that was much of a an epiphany, but apparently that's what you have to do. Oh, you did, yeah, you did the Jimmy, you did the raw eggs. I did not. I did the turpentine, oregano. Oh, you know what I had? I had what kind of liquor did I have? Because the staple of it was the what the fuck did I have that night? It wasn't gin. It had to be tequila. Oh, it's tequila. Tequila was the binder. Oregano oil, turpentine, which is an oil, hydrogen peroxide, and yeah, man, that was yeah. I was warm after that. Yeah. Hey Denise, you know my name. You said you want to stitch it on a pillow. You know my name to a lot of people is 626 Stitch. You know Stitch? Come on, if you don't, yeah, tequila. It was tequila. Do you know Stitch? That's my spirit animal. Funny enough, I seen somebody else and they said you're my spirit animal. I was like, what the fuck did I do? Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. No, come on, anybody? Anybody? That's one of my favorite movies that I would never put in my top 10, only because because it's so cute. It's a cartoony thing. Like if you want to like a hard fucking here's a psychological thriller. It's not that, but Stitch is my dude, yo. I mean, if somebody wants to give me a tattoo soon, I would tattoo Stitch on me for sure. I wanted to get 626 on my neck because, look, when you get a neck tattoo, you're not employable anymore. But here's the thing: is if I got a neck tattoo, you can't see it. So I wanted to get here's my two neck tattoos, DNR and 626. I mean, I would get 504 because I feel very connected to New Orleans because that's the area code down here. But 626. No shit, Terry, your friend got two kittens, Lilo and Stitch. That's cute. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Stitch is you gotta have a badness level, huh? Oh, here, oh, I don't have my Stitch shirt on. I got this one on today. Boom. Like, aren't you too old to be wearing a fucking shirt with what's on here? It's two of my favorite animals. A turtle, and there he is right there. You see him? Check him out. It's like the slowest creature with the turtle on top of and a slug's on top of it, or what is that? That's not a slug. That's a oh, Terry, you don't. I already assumed you had mad fucking tattoos that you didn't have any room for any new ones. She gonna do your knuckles or just your hands in general? Because if y'all didn't know, this used to be tattooed. This was in red ink, but my hand ate the red ink. This one I had to do 3 times. My knuckles just uh, eat the ink. No ink, but you're gonna get your hands done. Oh, this is interesting. Hmm. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yes, it's a fun shirt. You're gonna get your hands done. See, the reason that this one is done, because I did this myself. Because the pain that you'd feel on your hand is pretty intense. Because these are extremities. So your feet and hands and your spine are gonna fucking hurt. But I did this on myself, so my focus on doing it took away from the fact that I'm stabbing myself right now. Yeah, getting your hands done first, that's crazy. Ooh, uno momento. Por favor. Hey everyone, hour and 45 in here. Um, I'll just use this little break as a thanks for showing up. Um, Always remember to take care of yourself, blah, blah, blah. That way you can take care of others. And if you want to take care of me, you can donate because my financial situation is pretty much just to get through the day. So if you want to, in the holiday spirit, help out a motherfucker. I'm that motherfucker. CashApp, PayPal, Venmo, it's beneath. You just, put a couple dollars in there. Or a lot if you got it. Yeah, I got a bunch of Happy New Year. Peace out. Yeah, yeah. Oh shit, you got the yes, Denise. Congrats on the mudflood house. You might want to dig down into the basement and see what you find. There might be gold in there. Maybe there's a house beneath it. Maybe you bought three houses and they were sitting on top of each other. It's a possibility. Ugh. Oh, a Viking tree of life. Nice. Yeah, the back of the neck. That's that's got to be probably top three. Don't do that because it hurts. Your hands, your feet, and the back of your neck are probably the. Although, uh, I mean, despite being sensitive and having healing hands, um, the ink wasn't that bad on my hand. It didn't. It just maybe it's just because I did it. I don't know. I didn't. It was not that problematic. See, so I'm trying to like do all the dumb shit, like smoke cigars and just eat stupid shit. And despite that, everybody else is kind of filthy sick, and it doesn't really, other than having a little bit of phlegm, I can still smell the world. You can't clog this nose up. Yeah. Hey Terry, Ryan, are you talking about? Do you know Gamble? You know Ryan Gamble? Is that who you're talking about? Or are you talking about different Ryan? I don't. Oh, Terry, man, thank you. Obviously, I love how I've transitioned into calling you Terry because that's what it says there. And perhaps uh, perhaps New Year's time. You know, maybe we'll start doing the zoomies again. Zoomy chats and shit. So if anybody doesn't know this, there have been Zoom chats with people here, and it turns into a shit show. So be ready for it. There'll still be me talking in the first 30 minutes, and it turns into a complete mania. So if you want to, maybe this New Year's I will find access to Zooming again. So yeah, there you go. If anybody wants to donate to you yourself, you'd be donating to you. So that way you could finally get to talk to me in person. Well, not really in person, but sort of. Oh, here's my question from earlier. This is not to take things in a bizarre direction, but there's somebody I know from here, like New Orleans, and from here, that it is now become a burden and stalks the shit out of me. Like, and won't just accept the fact that, like, I'm good. You ever, it's like, you go in a relationship, if you're a dude, you got a chick, and if you've been together for a couple of years, maybe there's a few, like, ruthless nights of phone calls, and why don't you want to talk to me, and why am I not good enough, blah, blah, blah. So be it. But somebody that you've known for just a little bit of time, that then pops up in your general vicinity, and then just won't leave you the fuck alone. Like, at what point do you just go, like, you say, get the fuck away from me, don't talk to me. But, like, I walk amongst my area. What are you supposed to do with people that are, like, creepy stalking? Like, what do you do with that? I've had other ones, but they eventually dismiss themselves and disperse into their other realities. Like, what do you do? Like, I've told this dude plainly, like, multiple times, stay the fuck away from me. I just like, at first it was like, it was nothing personal or anything. It was just like, I'm going through my own fucking life, right? And then it turned into, like, okay, now it's getting creepy. I don't like creepy. Call you cunty? Cunty? Well, I mean, it depends on where you're from. Calling someone a cunt is a compliment. See, here's the trouble with language. If I'm in Australia, and I call you a cunt, it means you're my friend. But if I call you a cunt in America, that's an insult, right? But I'm trying my damnness, my damnedest to say, if I call you a cunt, that is a compliment. I'm trying to bring that here because, like, what do I like more than burying my face in a cunt? See, now you have the choice. He said cunt, but it's giving some pleasure. What up, Stan? Are you asking what I said? Like a Karen? No. Potentially explosive. I've what I try to walk into most experiences and relationships by being as unromantic as possible. That way you can get we get the bullshit out the way. Like, I like to start a conversation with, like, cunt, you know, dare I say fag, dare I say these things? Why not? Eventually I might have to call you a cunt. And if you call me a cunt, well then, deservedly so. Saying in a derogatory manner, is that the patriarchy talking? Hmm. Yeah. Icebreakers or deal breakers? Yes. I think we discussed this maybe 20 shows ago. Like, there's for me, there are three things that are probably going to be troublesome in a relationship of any regard. If you think the political arena is on your side, if you think the pharmaceutical reps are doing it for your health, if you haven't considered the world might not be the shape that you were told, those are three things that are pretty much a that's important. If you wear a mask, like really like good looking chicks, they would do one of these and speak to me or whatever. But like I'm just like, you realize that's not gonna be, that's not fashionable. Like I have a very legitimate query for everyone here. How many people here have had intercourse with the same or opposite sex, whatever, in the past 2 years? And did anybody wear a mask? And also, did you condemn yourself by wearing a condom? Okay, I think there's. Wearing a mask and is very, I find it impolite. Like, you want to speak to me, speak to me. What's up, yo? Happy Kwanzaa. Yes. Have a beautiful day, huh? For sure. Terry, you didn't do that for safety precautions. You did that because over your own head. You did that because you get off on that. Have you ever? You remember the old joke? Like, you ever had a brown paper bag of chick? Like, I mean, just because like it's like a good from far, but far from good. And then you go home with somebody, you're like, this is like, your body is fantastic, but your mind and your face is just. Peace out, Stan. Enjoy in your enjoy the weather. Let's go into this talk. Is anybody you want to talk about sex? Let's talk about relationships, or as Dane Cook put it, relationships. Uh, I don't know. I think Dane Cook is pretty fucking funny. He hasn't really done anything lately, but a couple of his specials are really good, really really good. I mean, do you? Some women shouldn't talk. Some men shouldn't talk either. Many moons ago. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that shouldn't talk. Uh, Do you know how many? I scroll through the YouTubes because I'm not just impressed with myself. I find other people impressive, but I go to people's channels that have thousands and thousands of followers, and I'm like, what is impressive about this person? What? Why is this person even speaking? I have nothing good to say. Nothing, nothing enlightening. Nothing funny. They're just they just go into this fallacious bullshit of rhyme, and there's no reason for it. A lot of people shouldn't talk. Don't worry. I make up for that. I'll do the talking here. Typing and talking most days. Yeah, I used to think that too, and then I just was like, I mean, typing, I got away from. So if anybody's interested, I do have when I used to type, a WordPress, Zen Alchemist. That's my other handle. Um, you go check out when I used to type. But then it got like all of that, and but I could just do this. Isn't it much easier to speak your mind than it is to type it? Because you're always gonna be hitting the delete key and then reframing this, and it's typing and writing a love letter. Oh man, writing a love letter is bullshit. We'll just go with that one. Writing a love letter is bullshit. Why? Because it's how you feel for a moment. You don't really like. If you could speak it and say it, then you mean it. But if it takes you enough to have a pen with a little feather on it and kind of think about everything, and you dip it in the ink and just. But this is really what I think. Is that gonna last? I don't think so. Love letters are bullshit. I'm gonna retitle this one to "Love Letters Are Bullshit." If you tell me you love me, I know it's momentary. If you wrote it down, I'm like, look at you just said you loved me. No, I wrote that 2 years ago. Yeah, writing songs, that's why music is cool, because it's it's momentary. It's 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It's generational. I mean, there are some songs that are timeless, but like when someone's writing it and rehearsing it and playing it, it's still in that moment of why they did. It doesn't. It's kind of like when bands they're playing a concert and they don't play they play their new shit, but everybody wants to hear their old shit because that's what they're accustomed to. And the band's like, nah, I don't want to play that no more because they've moved on. But people haven't. Like, it's like who's your favorite artist from the 80s and 90s? What are they gonna play? They're gonna play the new shit? Nope. Okay, ain't paying the bills. It's not getting it done. Hey, so check it out, everybody. I gotta charge my phone. 2 hours in here, and my phone is almost dead. So let me go find a plug. And perhaps, if you are so lucky, I'll do another little tidbit here, and we'll dive deeply into the humor realm. Give me like 20 minutes. I gotta piss anyways. As per usual, take care of yourself, because you are all that matters. And then when you're capable of taking care of yourself, feel free to donate to me and take care of your friends and family and loved ones, and even people you don't like. Take care of them too. And be yourself and be weird. Remember that. And we will talk soon. Stay fucking glorious. Bye.